Hello and welcome to the Sunday Preview Rundown. This week we've got the Horus Heresy Custodes and also some very old orcs.
Very old orcs, but Custodes, yay!
Yeah, we'll get to that. Let's start with the Custodes Battle Group. This is the launch battle box release of the Custodes. As always, they'll release a smattering of the miniatures in a battle box. It'll be limited time only. It'll be limited production. Your local store may get anywhere from 3 to 300. And then eventually these will come out on their own. So this one is the 1 shield captain. This is the 6 custodian guard, 6 sentinel guard, and 1 Achilles dreadnought, a contemptor Achilles, sorry, and then 1 of the Caladius annihilators, aka the grab tanks that makes me think of the old deodorant grab tanks from days of yore.
Yep. I actually really like how the grab tanks look. I don't know why.
Oh, no, I like them too. We talked about these in the preview when these were announced way back in January. And as we said, we pretty much like all of these a lot.
Yep. The only crossover is the what, Custodian Guard are
Yes.
40k and, well, okay, that are currently plastic. Everything else is a fresh plastic model, which is great. I particularly like the options for the Dreadnought.
Yeah, I think you and I talked about in that preview that we really like the Dreadnought in general.
Yeah, it looks.
But honestly,
sick.
I like all these.
Yep. Hell yeah.
So we won't dive into it too much here because we already praised these models to the ceiling and back. But suffice to say, I really like these. They are, of course, insanely detailed. So, hope you like dry brushing and detailing.
Now, to be fair, they're almost all gold.
Sure, but even then, the detailing is like, obviously they used a white gold here and different shades of gold and the little gems everywhere. Like, this is not a, this is a low model count army. It's not a low paint time army,
Fair enough.
Of course, these also comes with 2 transfer sheets, the Dreadnought transfer sheet and a vehicle transfer sheet. Launch box available while stocks last, individual units available separately at a later date, blah, 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 blah. I don't think I'll get into this because, man, Adepticon's like right around the corner and I'm going to save my money. But
yeah, same. I'm not a Custodes fan. I don't like, one of my main opponents when I got back into 40k was Custodes, so I played against them a lot, and I just hate them.
Yeah, and I was not a Custodes fan, but this is, as I'm repeating myself in the preview, but maybe you didn't listen to that out there, this is like enough to make me kind of eye the idea of getting into Custodes.
Yeah. Very cool.
For Horus Heresy, because we don't know what, if any of these are going to end up in 40k or playable in 40k.
That's true.
So.
I know they currently have 40k rules from the what is it called? The Forge World crossover thing.
Yeah.
But
that barely counts.
Barely counts, and we have no idea what it's going to look like in 11th edition. So,
which is capping in 2 weeks, or sorry, it's being announced.
Announced in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 10 days from today. So just keep that in mind.
Exactly.
Speaking of books. And new ones, we have Liber Custodes, the Forces of the Emperor Army book. So this is basically the book you'll need to play these Custodes.
Yep.
But it also has the Psychana units, aka the Anathema Psychana, aka the Sisters of Silence, and the Assassins.
Oh, okay. So it's not just Custodes. It's like all the...
Right.
Yeah.
Those fall under the Forces of the Emperor, the Sisters of Silence, and the Assassinorium. So they all kind of put them in here. The Assassinorium already had rules because you could already play those assassins.
Right.
In other armies, but now they're getting maybe they'll get different rules, or maybe they're just collected into this book. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
But it wouldn't be Horus Heresy if we didn't have another tank on a similar platform being released.
We need another tank.
So here's the Glaive. This is the Fellblade, but with a giant Volkite carronade.
Yep. Because we needed another, I think the $200 tank with just another weapon option.
Look, if I've learned anything from historicals, which is things like bolt action, things of war, it's that the entire, yes, there are 42 different variants of M4 A2 Sherman, and if you don't have access to all of them, your game isn't complete. Horus Heresy is functionally historicals for Warhammer,
It is.
So there being 42 different variants of every tank is kind of,
it's on theme.
Replicating the, it's on theme and completely on board. So,
Fair enough.
The difference is, I generally don't have to pay $200 for a Sherman variant, but,
Yeah,
Warhammer. I like this one comes with a transfer sheet with 718 transfers. I want to see someone put every single one of them on one tank.
I was about to say that. Sign me up. Josh, you buy me the Warglaive.
Oh, sure. Just let me get right on that. And then we have to have a book. We have so many super heavy tanks that we have to have a book for the super heavy tanks.
Yes,
Not
we do.
just for the tanks. A book specifically for all the super heavy tanks.
It also has epic Leviathan missions. So
Yes, it's a bunch of 48 pages. Hopefully the price is reflected in the fact that it's only 48 pages, but I
yes,
kind of doubt
all
that.
the Journal Technicas are like 20 something.
Yeah, so they're not that expensive, so I
No.
don't hate them. And yeah, so bunch of unit profiles, and like you just said, Leviathan missions, game rules that let you play massive asymmetrical games featuring armored warfare and multiplayer mayhem.
I like that.
So yeah, I like that idea. If I was going to play Horus Heresy, I would be focusing on the narrative battles of it, not like match play. I'm sure match play is great or whatever, but if Horus Heresy is about shenanigans, in my opinion.
Yep, I agree.
And then let's dial it back to the old, very old world with some classic made-to-order orc and goblin tribes.
Yep, these models certainly are something.
So let's see, you've got the Black Orc Big Boss, Black Orc Command Set, 5 Black Orcs, just normal, Orc Boys Command Team, 10 Orc Boys, and a Goblin Lobber, with 3 crew. All these are metal, except the shields are plastic, which is fine.
The shields? Is that what that says?
Yeah, it says some of the shields are plastic.
That's funny.
So here's the thing. Yes, these are old, and they're metal, and they're Games Workshop old metals, which means these will be ludicrously expensive for what they are.
Yes.
However, as far as old models go, I think orcs get away with it better than basically any other faction.
Interesting.
In my opinion, I really think, like, if you look at these, I don't think any of these look bad. They look classic, and, okay, maybe some of the monkey goblins on the rock lobber aren't particularly great, but most of the orcs, like, the long exaggerated faces,
just because they're far enough away from human that it's not the like, wow, that looks weird. They look weird already.
The exaggerated proportions, the faces, the heads being gigantic, all that's fine for orcs, in my opinion. So I think these guys hold up really, really well. If you wanted a classic black orcs, I think these are great, honestly. I also think they're just, in general, not as rough as some of the old metals that we've seen otherwise.
Yeah, true. There's definitely been worse looking at death and ogres.
Their poses aren't that static. They're like, because they're allowed to be silly and goofy and kind of over the top.
Yeah.
So really, yeah, as far as old metals go, I think these are great. They're just going to be way too expensive is the problem.
Right. That is an issue.
But yeah, if I was an orc and aficionado, I would be looking at these. All of these will be made to order, ordered straight away on Saturday until Monday, 30th of March, and may take up to 180 business days to arrive. And now, you've probably heard the news about Warhammer or Citadel colors being rebranded to Warhammer colors because it is important from a corporate perspective to have all your stuff have the same name, and we don't want anybody to think that Citadel is a different product than Warhammer or something. So we're really releasing the tools.
So these are not the current tools that are out. Well,
They are not.
So it says starter set.
Correct.
So hopefully GW, they'll be a little bit cheaper.
Ah!
I know. I was saying with hope.
I mean, currently the Citadel Tools Superfine Detail Cutters, which are still available, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
They've not been removed yet. Currently, those are $53.
Yes. So I'm hoping they reduce the price on it, but they're not going to do that. I'm hoping they're going to have that, and then this will be the starter thing that's like, 30, which is still too much, but for GW, it's not as bad.
Hey, I doubt it.
Me too.
We've also got Warhammer Dice. Like, look, okay. We've said before that faction dice are overpriced, but, you want to rep your faction, you're paying the tax, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
There is no reason ever to get just Warhammer dice with skulls on them. Ever. Because these will be as much as whatever faction dice.
Yeah, probably.
Like, gosh, yeah, I mean, they're dice. Just get some Chess X dice.
Why not have the Warhammer logo have like a...
Because...
I don't know. I don't like these at all.
No, even for Warhammer dice, I don't like these.
Yeah.
speaking of things I don't like, the Warhammer color painting handle. I want you to bleep out painting handle just to make them think I said something worse. No, I'm not going to.
This pisses me off.
I was wondering how angry this would make you.
I saw this and I went, okay, so it's the current handle, but worse.
Yes. However, they do say at the bottom of the article, after the asterisk, that the current spring-loaded painting handle is not going anywhere.
Okay.
They even say this is a budget version for when you have lots of miniatures and has a slot for the subassembly holder. So obviously what this one is this is purely tension held with no springs. It's friction only. So it'll wear out eventually, but it's supposed to be cheaper. I bet this ain't cheap enough.
Yeah. But I think, what's the current one?
The current one is $12.50.
Okay.
Which, as far as things go, is not actually that terrible.
Yeah, there are other options, different places that are cheaper, but not that much cheaper.
Right. Like, even I think the Game Envy ones are still,
like $8.
I should look that up. Oh, wow. No, the whole darn thing is... Wait, what? No, it can't be. Yeah. The full a full hobby holder from Game Envy is $40.
Oh my god! But it's not a single handle. It's like, I'll put it up on the screen if you want to send me a picture of it.
It's a handle with basically a threaded base for a bottle cap and the stability bar. That being said, you do have to basically you have to use blue tack for that, which does wear out. It is kind of annoying. I have both the Game Envy. I have the old Citadel, and I have the current Citadel painting handle. I do find myself using the current Citadel painting handle more than the Game Envy one because the blue tack doesn't always stick.
Okay.
However, my biggest problem is that the original one is still the best one.
I agree.
Nice and chunky. I don't like this one. If I'm going to use a cheap one, though, I'll just get a wooden one from Jolly Lark or something, or just 3D print one. However, not everyone has a 3D printer. I will say that for their cost, the current Citadel painting handle is pretty nice. It's not actually that bad. But at $12.50, I wouldn't buy a ton of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy 6 of them and put a unit on it or whatever.
Right. If this one is only $6 or something like that,
yeah, that's a maybe.
There's probably a place for this. If it's $10,
Yeah, if their budget is $2 off, I'm gonna be a little iffy.
But if they're $6, you're getting to the point where it's not actually that much cheaper to print them.
That's true.
I mean, it is, but it's not by a ton.
Mm-hmm.
And these will be better made and they'll be attentioned. But yeah, there are probably better options. But as far as Warhammer color things that are usually way overpriced, probably won't be that bad. Which is saying something.
Yeah, this is fully price dependent. Even then, I don't like the fact that I know the springs on the old one can wear out or whatever, but I want to see a better angle on this because those things look like they will snap.
Yeah, that's my worry is how cheaply is it made.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, guess we'll find out. And that's it. It just says that we're gearing up for the release of the new Custodians, so AKA lore, rules, and previews for the upcoming Custodes.
Yep.
Also, we're revealing something really, really cool tomorrow. Can you guess what it might be? I don't know if there are any hints that have been put out, or if that itself is a hint.
I can't see how that would be. They usually put a hint in, but I don't know what this would be.
Yeah. I guess we'll find out later.
Yeah.
So that's it for this Sunday. I'm safe. I'm not getting any of this.
Yeah, I'm not either. I know some people that are really interested in the Custodes, and I love that they're updating more Forge World to be plastic. I will never complain about that. I'm gonna make Josh buy me the glaive so that I can put every transfer on it.
Yeah, sure. That's gonna be added to your cost for Adepticon.
Dang it. But other than that, yeah, I'm pretty safe too. There's a bunch of generic stuff I'm not gonna pick up, and factions I don't play. So.
Yeah, if I was gonna get into Horus Heresy, it'd be through these Custodes. I really do like the Custodes Dreadnought. I feel like I'm getting kind of priced out of any new GW games. I can only afford to just do Necromunda at this point.
Fair.
But so that's it from us this week. And let us know below what you are excited for, if anything. We will see you next Sunday, which will be the Sunday before Adepticon. So we'll see what happens with that. And until that time,
bye-bye.
Bye.